Day. I'm your host, Lady D. Join us every Thursday at 4 p.m. for another breakthrough conversation. Be a guest on our show, 216-571-2235. Well, welcome to What's Going On with Lady D. Today, I'm your host, Lady D, and we have a special guest in the house, no other than Arshelle Bloodworth. She is the founder of the Circle of Pink Sistership Breast Cancer nonprofit organization. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. And
Beautiful,
yourself?
beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful. Yeah, so you've got a lot going on. You've been very busy in our community.
Yes.
You are an activist, you're a book author. Oh my God, you're a mentor.
Thank
You
you.
work with our young teens. You are just busy. Well, busy is good.
Yes,
And you're good busy.
absolutely.
So, without further ado, please tell our listeners a little something about yourself.
Well, my name is Arshelle. I am the founder of the Circle of Pink Sistership. We are a nonprofit organization, and we follow up with people that undergo diagnosis such as breast cancer. And I'm just grateful to be the founder of that. We are a healing ministry. And as you know, this is something that men or women can be diagnosed with. So it's something that God allowed me to start with this nonprofit. He showed me the vision and he gave me the mission. And so I am just enjoying and loving what we do.
That's awesome. Tell me, how long have you been doing this? When did you start this?
February 2020.
February
So it's been 4
2020.
years.
Awesome, awesome. Now tell us a little bit more about um, what your organization do.
So our organization, we have a support group and we provide resources for those in the community. Usually we get referrals and for those who are going through breast cancer, such as chemotherapy or radiation. And so they usually reach out for support in the time of need. But if someone reaches out to us, we give out all the information and the resources that we have available. And so once they are comfortable with giving us a call, we meet them where their need is, right where they are. And usually we get a phone call.
Okay.
And so we kind of talk about what my journey was and some of the things, some of the resources that I know that is available to help them as well.
If you don't mind sharing some of your journey, what was your journey about, and how did it affect you, and you've overcame?
Yes. So I am a warrior of breast cancer. Um, I was diagnosed a few years ago, 5 years ago, and along with that journey, there was a lot. It's just a lot that you go through in the midst of it. One being shock that is happening,
Right.
and so when I first heard of it, I'm shocked. Emotions are rolling everywhere, and I had to trust God with everything in me. So for me, I said, Lord, I know you're not ready for me yet. It has to be something else. But that was my personal journey.
Okay.
And so once I overcame my journey, which I had to keep that faith on top of that fear, and it was a fight. And once I overcame that journey, something spoke to me and said, you wrote the book, didn't you? And think it was 2019, I wrote the book Run the Race, Finish Strong.
Okay.
So everything that I went through in my journey was in the book
Before
before I went through it.
did you know about this before you wrote the book?
I did not.
Wow, now that's really amazing.
So after my journey, I went back to read the book. Something said, go back and read the book.
Okay.
And I went back to read the book, and everything that I went through, it was already written.
Wow.
So he allowed me to write the book, and then I went through the book.
That is truly something. So you just never know what your journey may be, but also that strengthened you
Yes.
because it helped you get through the journey.
Yes, it did.
And now you're able to help other ladies.
I am.
Okay. Now let me ask you, you said men have this as well.
They do. And it's only a 1% chance of men getting this disease. And I have known a few that are in my support group now who overcame that as well.
Really?
Yes.
And that's because, you always hear about women and breast cancer awareness, but there's never a man face to it. It's always the women, the color pink that stands out for that. And let me ask you about the color pink. So why pink?
Well, pink is my favorite color. When I was younger, I always said that I would pledge to be a sorority, but I did not do that.
Okay.
So God allowed me to have my own ministry. And so with pink being my favorite color, I just stuck to that color pink.
Okay, because I know they use pink.
Pink for the ribbon.
It's national for breast cancer. So now, how early should one go and get checked for a breast examination to find out about if they're even having any symptoms?
History says you should be the age of 40. However, I was 39.
Okay.
And if you have a family history of it, you want to keep a communication with your doctor so that they are aware and that they can tell you exactly when it's time to start getting those exams. But the requirement is 40.
Okay.
So at 40, you should start. But I recommend that you start doing breast exams on yourself as early as teenage, because teenagers actually have this, but they don't talk a lot about it.
Really? Now, that's very interesting. Share with us about teenagers having it, and can you tell a story regarding someone that may have went through it as a teenager? How did that affect them?
So I have a support group, and a mom shared with me about her daughter who actually had it, but they don't classify it as breast cancer. They
Okay.
talk about the lymph nodes.
Okay.
And her daughter was 16 when she went through it. And she went through treatments, and she kept it quiet. Most of the time, parents keep it quiet. We're just now starting to kind of come out of the shell with talking about breast cancer,
Okay.
because it can be very sensitive for people. And so her daughter did have it. She's doing really, really well. She is of age now. I believe she's 20 years old now.
Okay.
But she did go through the chemo and the radiation.
Okay.
And mom shared that with me. We were at a support group meeting, and she came up to share it with me. And it was really touching, because I always wanted to do a study to find out if there are ever young teens that actually go through this. Because I started to do my own research. Where did all this come from?
Right. Because it's more popular within, I would say, probably the last 20 years. Because I know myself, when I was coming along, we just do the breast exam. They would show you, as a teenager, when you started your menstrual. That was part of doing your check.
Yes.
At that age. So that's something that we really need to stress to our young ladies and young men, because if young ladies are getting it at that age, it's possible that young boys, young men can have the same.
That is true.
Okay.
That is true.
Okay.
I recommend stressing breast health for young teens, starting at young teens. So I have a mentorship group.
Okay.
And so I share with them about breast health because it's so important. And health education is not, it's not really out there how it should be, right? You go to the doctor and that's it. But at home, you still need to be educated. Outside resources, we need to have pamphlets for them and not wait until we're grown and you start hearing about these type of diseases. So with my nonprofit, we're going to educate in the community, whether you're young or old. It's no age to this.
Right.
So I highly recommend to continue to educate your children.
Now, I want to ask, how did the Circle of Pink Sisterhood,
Yes.
sistership, how does it impact our community?
I think that we get out there and we provide mobile mammograms. We set up support group meetings. We set up safe spaces for people to come in and see other survivors who have overcame journeys, and you hear testimonies and you hear about funding resources for those who may have lost their job. We provide resources for those who may not be healed on this side, but may be healed on the other side. So we help, along with their funeral arrangements, a portion of their cost. And we have ongoing events all the time. We honor survivors. We have a 24-hour call. We provide home care services for those that need home care services. You may need help with someone to come in and do cleaning, someone to come in and do some cooking for you because you're not feeling well. So we provide shakes and smoothies to help along with that, because we believe in health and wellness along with that journey.
So you're actually teaching them how to prepare their meals?
Yes,
and
we
make these
provide
drinks?
caregivers
Okay.
to go out and do
What
that.
is the phone number for someone who is interested that needs this type of service? Because this is really good to know.
Thank you. We can be reached at 216-413-2996.
Give it to them again.
216-413-2996.
Excellent. Now, I want to ask you, so let's see. How is the community responding to the past event, and what impact has it had as far as an awareness?
The community is showing up. I am just really excited. I have had so many calls this year alone. Just looking back over last year's events, so many people. It was like September 29th, something clicked with everyone. Everyone started calling. What do you have going on this year? Are you doing the breast cancer walk? Or are you doing the sneaker ball? Yes, I am. And we continue to do it. So I'm grateful for the community wanting to show up to walk, because we walk in hope, love, and we walk in faith. And this is so dear to my heart, because no matter what, we're walking for those that we have memory of, and we're walking for those that are battling now and those who have overcome. Because I have hope to believe that one day we won't hear about breast cancer anymore.
Yes, we have too much going on in our medical field that they haven't, why haven't they came up with a cure for this?
Yes.
And I hope soon that this will take place and make a change, because cancer has been on the rapid rise. And I don't know if it's from the food we eat, or, what's going on. Is it coming from the deodorant, the different products we're using today? Because we're putting a lot of chemicals in our body.
And health and wellness is definitely one of the things that we talk about in our support group, because I chose to do chemotherapy and radiation and the lumpectomy, but I also chose to follow holistic herbs as well because I know that after you complete those sessions, okay, now what?
Right.
We know that exercise, diet, and vitamins and things like that is good for our body. So one of the things that I always recommend that I know for sure works and I take daily is soursop capsules. You have moringa.
Okay.
Along with my journey, I start to do research on what type of herbs are good for our bodies. Because once you go through something like that, now it's time to study what took place and how can I stay healed. The goal is to stay healed.
Correct.
And so I found a young lady in downtown Bedford. She has a store called Tailor Made.
Yes.
And I began to talk to her about different things that I could take. And we talked about having a high intake of fruits and vegetables. And so one of the things she shared with me was you want to eat more vegetables. No, you want to eat more fruits than vegetables.
And why is that?
Because some of the vegetables we don't even realize do not digest in our bodies well. And fruit does. And we always think that a lot of fruits are so high in sugar. But fruit is really good for you because not only is it good for you, but it's a way of helping you alkaline your body. So it's just really, really good for us to focus on healthy eating after that because you know that certain things are not good for us. Now, you mentioned about deodorants.
Yes.
I changed deodorant that I was wearing. I started to get plant-based deodorants from Whole Food. I use plant-based toothpaste.
Yes. Yes.
So every little thing had to kind of change, right?
Yeah.
Because you can no longer use those older products because it has been found that they are not good for our bodies.
Well, yeah, because it has so much aluminum in it. I've changed my toothpaste.
Yes.
I buy a non-fluoride because fluoride is really not good for us.
Mm-hmm.
And fluoride is in so many other, in your water and different things like that.
Yes.
But, when you're putting all this in, your body has to have a way of flushing it out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And the aluminum is in everything too.
Yes.
Even with wrapping your food up with aluminum foil. You'd be surprised, canned goods. When you open that can up,
Wow.
those little fine particles that the eye cannot see is dropping in that can of food and you're eating it.
And when you talk about cans, that relates to aspartame. Some of that is in pop. One of the things that I look back and I remember working night shift. I love Mountain Dew.
Okay.
And I used to drink a lot of Mountain Dew. And aspartame was in Mountain Dew.
Yeah. So those things
So
are
you
not
never
good.
know.
Talking about your support group, where is it held at? Where is your sessions being held at?
So right now we use our local church communities and we also use local libraries.
Okay.
And pretty soon we hope to have an area where they can come to.
That's great. And let's talk about
we
this
move
event.
around.
Because you've got a big event that's coming up in a
Yes,
couple
we
of
do.
weeks.
So this Saturday we will hold our Pink Breast Cancer Walk. It will be located at Garfield Park. This is our 5th annual walk. And we will meet at Iron Springs Shelter at 1 o'clock. And the walk will begin at 1:30. We will have provided resource vendors available there. And we will hold raffles and some food tasting. So I recommend if you're not doing anything, please come out. We also have our sneaker ball. We will have an evening night of hope. That will be held on October 13th from 4 to 8, located at the Mediterranean. And we will honor survivors. We will have vendors there as well to shop. We will have a live DJ and we will have different speakers. So I'm just excited to fill the room, but also to know that everyone in the room will still walk with hope and believe in that one day everyone will be healed.
Yes, 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 indeed. In God's name,
Yes,
we pray and
that's
thank God
right.
for healing.
Yes,
You
thank
know,
God for his
thank
healing.
God for His healing. Yes, indeed. Now, you said at the Mediterranean Party Center, so there may be people that's not familiar. I'm quite sure everybody in Cleveland would know, but
Yes.
where exactly is it located?
So it's located in Bedford Heights off of Rockside Road. And you will see it's in between two gas stations, the Speedway and the Sunoco. And when you come into the entrance, there'll be a sign that says for the Circle of Pink. So you can ask, and we'll have someone there. We'll have greeters there to be able to assist you.
And let me ask you, how can anyone who wants to be involved volunteer their time to help out in what you're doing? How can they take part in that?
So we are always welcoming volunteers. We have a volunteer form that you can fill out. It's on our website, and you can locate that paperwork by going to pinksistership.com. And you'll log onto our website, and you will see there is a volunteer form. We do ask that you give us at least 24 to 48 hours for a response, and someone will reach out to you to follow up with you to see how we can meet with you and get you on board.
Excellent. So give our listeners, again, this weekend's event that's coming up.
This weekend event, we will have our breast cancer walk. We will meet you at Garfield Heights Park, located at the Iron Springs Shelter. And you can meet us at 1 o'clock, and at 1:30 we will begin our walk. We ask that you wear pink if you can, and we'll have signs, or if you want to make you a sign, please join us with your signs. And we'll walk, and our walk is 2 to 3 miles. And if you don't want to walk, it's okay. You can still come out and support.
Wonderful. Now tell us, so what's next for you, Arshel? Because you are such a busy person. And I know, let's talk about the book that you have written.
Okay.
Is it out?
Yes, I have written Run the Race, Finish Strong. It's actually on Amazon. And then I actually wrote a book for young teen girls ages 7 to 16. And it's called The Beauty of Daughters Daily Devotional. And that can be found on Amazon as well. Both books are on Amazon. Or if you want a signed copy, you can reach out to me. And my number is 216-413-2996. And we also do book signings. So if you ever want to have a book signing located at your place, I'm open to that as well.
Now you have to tell our listeners about how much is the price for the tickets for the event at the Mediterranean, and because I know the books will be there as well.
Yes.
Okay.
The ticket price is $50 in advance. If you want to come the day of, it's $60 at the door.
Okay. And so where do they need to call to get these tickets? Because I know these tickets are going fast. Because last year,
Absolutely.
you had
I'm
a
going to
full
wrap
house.
it up because people are calling and calling. So Saturday we will end sales this Saturday for the $50. If you want to purchase tickets, you can still come. It will just be an additional $10, which is $60. And so my number where you can reach me at is 216-413-2996.
Excellent. Give them to it one more time.
216-413-2996.
Excellent. So I know that we're going to have a great time because
Yes,
I am
we
looking
are.
forward to coming.
Thank you.
I wasn't able to come last year, but I will definitely be there to support your event. And we really want to thank you for being out here, being an advocate, because we need to be educated
Thank you.
and get more of our teens, our young adults involved and educated on breast cancer, and also just coming together and learning how to eat healthy
Yes.
and prepare meals, because right now everybody's on the go And fast food is just garbage. I mean,
Yes.
they've got some good fast food out there, but you want to pick and
wanna eat
choose.
better,
You
right?
know? I ain't
Eat
gonna
more
put it
baked
all
food.
down. But I mean, really, seriously,
Yes.
we have to get back to basics of getting in there and prepared a home
A
cooked
home
meal.
cooked- That's
Okay, because
right.
that way you know how much salt and sugar you put in it.
Yes. Because you know what? Some of these diseases, you don't have to have family history. It can just come to you. You don't know. I always tell people I didn't get a chance to deal my deck of cards. I had no family history. So when I got the call, I'm like, me?
Yeah.
So no one is exempt.
Yes. Yes.
And you have to it's just time to self-care and take care of our bodies. We have to take care of our bodies.
Well, I am so happy that you are walking and God is giving you,
Thank you.
a path
Thank you,
and
Lord.
has given you his support to carry you through and making this mission a great one.
Thank you.
All right, so now you've got what's going on with Lady D today, and I'll see you next week. Same time, same place.